What's happening, y'all? We are back, man. So I just interviewed with, I just had my final interview with Salesforce yesterday. Um, that was technically my second final interview with them. I already had a final interview with them. Some dumb shit happened, so I had to have a second final interview with them. Basically, the first final interview, panel interview, whatever. They said that um, like the interview went well, but they didn't have head count. Their own words. They didn't. The people that interviewed me didn't have head count on their teams, so then they said I was gonna have a second final interview. Again, some bullshit. Nobody else having to do this, but I had to have a second final interview. I had that yesterday. I don't think it went as good as the first final interview. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. So um, I'm basically, but I'm basically waiting to hear back. It didn't go bad, but I don't think it went as good as the one where I had to walk through a whole presentation. So, but I'm not about to sit around and just wait, bro, on the decision, bro. I'm about to take this shit into my, about to take matters into my own hands, bro. Fuck that. I'm about to reach out to um, a manager. So he's a regional manager at Salesforce, um, and he's a Morehouse guy. He's a Morehouse alum. So, and he kind of, I talked to him before the first final interview, right? The first panel interview, whatever. And he kind of gave me some tips and how I should go about doing that. And it went, you know what I'm saying? I think it went well. So, um, but because he's a regional manager, I'm about to call him right now, bro, and just like I said, take matters in my own hands. Basically, try to get ahead of it. If they try to play me and you know what I'm saying, not offer me, I'm about to get ahead of it right now and call him. Basically, like if they don't, if one of the managers that interview me don't want to offer me or whatever, if he can kind of get ahead of it and be like, okay, y'all don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not a fit for your team, but he can come on my team. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, if I don't call him, I'm literally just, it's just up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Until I hear back from them, which will probably be tomorrow or Thursday. Explain to him what happened. And really, I'm gonna explain to him what happened, bro. Like this whole interview process with Salesforce has been some bullshit. If I'm being honest, the whole process has been some bullshit. So basically, um, this sales process is supposed to be two interviews, right? They call the first one a chronological interview. That's whatever. That's what they call it. And the second one's a panel interview. I had my first, I had the chronological interview with one, um, with one manager. It went really good. She said the feedback I got was, oh, the way every answer he gave me was really good. I liked how he conducted himself, yada yada yada. All the feedback was positive, but she didn't like that I was sitting outside. You know what I'm saying? She didn't like that I was sitting outside. So, and she said I was low energy. Maybe I probably maybe I was low energy. I'm not the highest energy guy, so whatever. But like to me, that was just it was stupid, right? Because when I'm in these interviews, I make sure to have high energy. I don't got high energy now, but when I'm in these interviews, I be y'all see me in these interviews, bro. Like I be, you know what I'm saying, high energy, saying whatever I need to say to get the job. So, but anyway, that's what she said, low energy, and she didn't like I was sitting outside. So but because I answered the questions good or whatever, she let me talk to one of her colleagues. She let me talk to somebody else and was like, instead of rejecting me, she sent me to one of her colleagues and let him interview me. Like the next week, interview with him. I made sure I drank more coffee that day. You know what I'm saying? Made sure I drank some more coffee that day, so I had the energy, and I was inside and all that, whatever. Um, and he told me straight up before the interview was even over. He's like, yeah, I really like, you know, I really like you. I'm gonna go ahead and move you forward. So he moved me forward to the panel interview, right? So this panel interview, so I've already had two chronological interviews. I was only supposed to have one. I had two. And then so I go to panel interview. It's supposed to be the final interview. I have to walk through a whole presentation. I worked on the presentation for like a week, creating the presentation, and then I presented it to him. It went probably about as good as it possibly could have gone, right? And I'm thinking that's it, right? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get an offer. They're probably gonna offer me whatever. That was like on a Friday. I get things like Tuesday. Tuesday I hear back. They talking about the interview. They thought that you did really well. Your presentation went really well, but um, they just don't have head count on their team. So um, they want you to meet with somebody else, with another manager, to see if they have head count on their team. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, you know what I'm saying? At this point, it's this, bro. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. If I wasn't black, y'all wouldn't be going through. I wouldn't be going through all this, bro. So I'm like, all right. They've sent me to another panel interview. That's the one I had yesterday. We go through the whole interview. They asked me a bunch of surface level questions, right? I didn't. I asked the recruiter, two different recruiters. I was like, am I gonna have to go through the presentation again? I asked them this before the interview. They're like, no, no, you're not gonna have to represent. We're gonna send them your presentation beforehand, and so they can be able to reference it and yada yada yada. So we go through the whole interview. I think it went pretty good, but not as good as the other final interview, whatever. So then we get to the end of the interview, and then one of the interviewers is like, Miles, just this doesn't really seem like a normal, final interview for us. Have you already went through your presentation with another manager or something like that? I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? How y'all not know that I've already like? What is going on with the communication at Salesforce? How do y'all not know that I've already, you know what I'm saying? I've already interviewed with um with some of your colleagues, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we just went through this whole interview. You know it's a final interview because you know what I'm saying? And so that let me know right there they were uninformed, right? They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know why I wasn't presenting a PowerPoint. So I'm like, yeah, not only have I done my presentation already in the last interview, but like pretty sure they moved me forward, right? I was like, I'm pretty sure they moved me forward. I got a lot positive feedback, and but they said they didn't have headcount on their teams, and so that's why they, you know, um, wanted me to meet with y'all. So they were like, oh, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. We appreciate the context. I'm like, bro, the recruiters need to do their fucking job, bro. Like, it's just stupid. The whole thing is just stupid, bro. So, I don't know what they got going on, bro. Like, I'm being evaluated basically by four managers instead of two, right? The first two, if I'm being evaluated by the first two, I would have probably got the offer weeks ago, okay? But now I'm being evaluated by four managers. Any other person, right? My whole point is any other person that's interviewing for this role, they get evaluated by two managers. I'm getting evaluated by four. Like that to me, that's not. I don't think that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It gave them more opportunities to find gaps, right, or find something find a reason not to offer me, right? So I don't like that. And I feel like right now I'm like 100% just at their mercy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like I have any control over the situation. So that's why I'm about to call Brandon. So again, Brandon is a regional sales manager. He's a colleague of theirs, right? So this is somebody who is much higher up the sales organization than I would be. He's got obviously a lot more influence. And if they try to hold me, right, and say, yeah, we're not gonna offer him. He if he wants to, he can step in and be like, okay, y'all don't want to hire him. I'll take him on my team. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of influence he has. So I'm out to call him right now and see if I can get ahead of this a little bit before they email me back saying that they're not gonna offer me. Like I don't have and because I don't have time, bro. I don't have time for like we at the end of March, bro. Like my plan that I've walked through with y'all many times, how I plan to go from broke boy to millionaire in a year. It's just every fucking day. It just feels like it's becoming more and more unlikely because it feels like everything I try to do, like no matter what it is I try to do, it doesn't go my way. Right? Everything I try to do goes wrong. Everything, every single thing I try to do goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or it doesn't go my way. So it's like if I don't get an offer from Salesforce, I'm gonna have to start. You know, when you start these interview process, bro, like every process is at least a month. I can start a new, interview process with a different company tomorrow. It's gonna be, I'm not, and we don't have a month, right? I need to do something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make some shape. Um, I gotta make some shape. So let me call Brandon real quick. He probably isn't gonna answer. We not, you know what I'm saying, real close like that. But we've talked like again, bro. We've only had like one conversation on the phone.
Telephone number.
To happen. I won't say expected to happen, but let me. I'm just gonna text him now. So yeah, so I might just text him right now. And bro, so tell me why. Just so what happened yesterday, bro? So, or no, it happened today, like Tuesday's happened Sunday. So a couple days ago, y'all know I do Uber, right? So I do Uber Eats really right now to make money, bro. That's how I make money today. Um, and so obviously I got my agency, right, the web agency and stuff, but we haven't been able to get, you know, we haven't been able to get that to a point where it's like a steady income. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like one-off projects here and there. Obviously, we try and get those monthly retainers to get that recurring revenue. Anyway, the way that I make money typically today is doing Uber, right? So I'm calling, so I go and do this. So I get this order, this delivery to pick up like some alcohol and some food, right? So I go pick the food up and I go pick the alcohol up at the same drop off location, and so I go grab it. I'm head to drop it off, and so I get there. I'm pulling up to the place, It's like a almost like a country home. Like they had like a little barn right by the right next to the house. So it's like this little like country home, and I see this old white lady like standing outside. She's waiting for me to pull up. Right, so she clearly she's waiting for me to pull up and give her her food and her alcohol. Right, so I hop out the car. I'm in my and mind you, so I usually drive my Jeep. Right, that's what she was looking for on the app. That's what I'm registered on Uber. Right, is driving my Jeep when I'm delivering. But I was in my mom's car. My mom has a Mercedes. Right, so I pull up in the Mercedes, hop out, food and alcohol in my hand. I walk up to her, and first thing she says is like, or first, like hello. I'm like hello. She's like, that's a big upgrade from a Jeep, right? I'm like, I don't really think much of it. I'm like, yeah, it's my mom's car. And she's like, oh, okay, okay. So then she's like, oh, you can sit it right there. So I sit the food and alcohol on this little bench. And I was like, I'm just gonna need your signature. So I pull out my phone. Right when you deliver, I don't know if y'all know, but when you deliver alcohol, you have to get their ID. You gotta take a picture of their ID, get their signature. So I do that, and then um, I'm like, all right, have a nice day. I walk off, get back in the car, and drive off. That was my only delivery that day, right? Because it was she tipped pretty well. Whatever, I wasn't really trying to be out there. In fact, I was hanging out with family, and just trying to see my nieces and stuff. So I just made that delivery and then went back home. Next morning, bro, I get a notification. I get an email from Uber saying that my account has been is being reviewed for fraud. My account has been put. I get an email from Uber. Next morning, I get an email from Uber saying that my account has been put on hold for fraud detection. I'm like, fraud detection, bro. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up the email right here. Here it is right here. Look, I don't know if y'all can see that. Your delivery account has been put on temporary hold, right? So this lady then gave me a low rating and said that because I pulled up in a different car, because I pulled up in a Mercedes, then reported my account, and now I'm not able to do Uber, right? I can't even make money right now. So that's my primary source of income, and I can't even do that shit right now because this old lady then reported my account. You know what I'm saying? I'm already down bad doing, just trying to do Uber to make ends meet, bro. And this lady then reported my account and shit for pulling up in a different car. That's crazy, bro. So I don't even know when they're gonna let me back on, if they let me back on. Um, so yeah, bro. Niggas already doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm already down bad doing Uber just to make ends meet. And she reported my account. Now I can't make money doing Uber. It's crazy, bro. But anyway, let me text Brandon real quick. I was in the middle of texting him. Like I said, I knew God figured he'd do that. All right, so I just text Brandon. Um, I don't know what he. We're gonna see what he says or what have you. But basically, I'm telling him what happened, just what what I just explained to y'all, and I'm trying to see if he can intervene. So I'm not just sitting around waiting to hear back from Salesforce. I'm like actively doing something. You know what I'm saying? Talking to somebody that can actually get in front of this and give me the best chance to actually get an offer and move on past this, bro. So we can really get shit moving. Because we need to get this bit moving. We ain't moving right now. I need to, really let me see what's popping on. Let me see what's popping on LinkedIn. Email some people back real quick. I'm gonna share my screen. So basically, I'm about to do some networking real quick uh, through LinkedIn and email, etc. I haven't been doing that enough. We gotta get back on that, just in case I don't get the offer from Salesforce. Right? Can't put all my eggs in one basket, and I feel like that's what I've been doing these past couple of weeks. Is almost expecting an offer from Salesforce. Now I should get one, but that'd be bullshit, bro. It's just it's as simple as that. Let me see. Where is he at? Let's take a look at his connections. Um, I gotta get a VA to do this shit again, bro. This dude got 500 connections. Let me see something. Let me see if I can do this easily. Is there a way I can search his connections for a specific Microsoft? Okay, I'm not to search specific companies right now. Microsoft, Oracle, Google, Amazon, AWS, Fiserv, or Meta. Let's see, IBM, Meta. So yeah, y'all like I said, I'm just doing a bunch of I might do some networking real quick, man, before I go do some things I gotta do. I don't know, Apple. PayPal, Stripe, For some reason, I find it hard to believe he doesn't have not one connection that works at any of these companies. Um, American Express. I'm going through the alphabet. I'm just trying to basically find the biggest companies. See, this is what I'm talking about, but I don't have time to be looking for this shit, bro. Um, he said, Brandon says, hey, Miles, what kind of help are you looking for? I mean, I'm looking for a referral or intro to a hiring manager. Yeah, we're looking for a referral or an intro to a hiring manager. Didn't I send this guy? Didn't I send him a? I did. And even Morehouse too. Looking to connect with Morehouse brothers. Hey, sure. Currently in the job market. Trying to reach out. Let's see. They where they at? Okta? He's at Okta, right? All right, so I'm saying, hey Marsha, I'm looking to connect with fellow Morehouse brothers, Sean Meshach, Sean right here. Suggest I reach out to you and say you may be hiring at Okta. John Market as well, and like I said, intro call. Set up a quick intro call with you. Connecting with Morehouse brothers. All right, I'm gonna send this. That's where he's at, right? Isn't it Okta? Yeah. All right, bet. So Mark says, what kind of help are you looking for? I'm really looking to get introduced to a line manager or a referral. What specific questions do you have? So Jay Chain says, what specific questions do you have? Yes, I was hoping you and I could hop on a intro call so I can learn more about Zendesk and your and what you may have on your team. All right. What did he say? He said he wanted me to. He said happy to help. Email me, right? So I emailed him, but he hasn't gotten back to me. I'm gonna say, hey Philip, Just following up with you. Over an email, but it may have gotten lost in your inbox. Alright, so just follow up with Philip. I gotta respond to Austin here, man. Austin was trying to put me on AWS, and I dropped the ball. Not gonna lie. So, um, my bad. I'm gonna say my bad, man. I'm gonna make some shit up. Just cause when you gotta say stuff like this, just lost my grandmother. You gotta say some shit like this so niggas know like you didn't ignore them or whatever, right? Because then if you take forever to respond, they feel like they can take forever to respond back. So you gotta like make some shit up. So what I'm also about to do, I'm about to start connecting with random people as well, and seeing if they can help me out with seeing if they can help me out with a referral. I'm gonna say the same shit I just told. Same shit I just said. I'm gonna say to Quincy here, right? Since I haven't been on Walmart. Alright, so just send that to him. Falling out with people, falling out with people, man. I never responded to her. And Myron gave me the referral at Salesforce. That's how I got it. That's how I got through the door there. I got his number. I'm gonna text him and just kind of let him know what's going on. Maybe there's something he can do internally. Um, Probably not, but maybe. I'm text him right now so I don't forget. I just reached out to another Morehouse alum named Benjamin. He is a enterprise account executive at Twilio. So I'm gonna try to see if try to see if I can talk to him, just link up with him and see, if he can put in a referral or introduce him to a hiring manager or something. You know what I mean? So that's what I got. That's what I got going on. Let me try to Jake one more time, bro. But Jake don't want to help, bro. He clearly don't want to help. I'm gonna reach out to him one more time. Did I reach out to him once or twice? There's a Jake right here. He's at Microsoft, and I followed up with him. I only followed up with him one time. I thought I followed him twice. I'm gonna tell ChatGPT to write up a follow-up email. Draft me a follow-up email for this. So it sounds really ChatGPT like. Make it sound less like AI/chat GPT, and I'm gonna say and more I'm gonna say more natural. Alright. Maybe I should schedule this to go out tomorrow morning instead of in the evening time. I don't think it matters, but sometimes I ask ChatGPT shit like this. When is the best time to send this video? Alright, I'm gonna schedule this to go out tomorrow morning. Yep. I just realized today, bro, that even if I get offered by Salesforce, it's gonna be an SMB role. I mean, I didn't just realize this, but so it's more than I was making at my old 9 to 5. You know what I mean? But it's still not gonna be great money. I wanted this next job to be great money. You know, um, basically, I want my OTE should you know I'm trying to have my base easily clear 5 figures a month, and my on target earnings to be multiple 5 figures a month. That's where I want to be. Um, and I hate that even if Salesforce offers me, it's not going to be that. You know what I'm saying? My OTE would get into the five. My OTE is definitely in the 5 figures, but my base isn't. You know what I mean? So I don't like that. Um, it is Salesforce. It's a Fortune 500. They kind of they up there, um, and all that. And I would still be making decent money, but I wanted what I'm trying to do right now, bro, is really raise my floor. That's what this is about. This is about raising my floor. How can I get to a point where at minimum, right? At minimum, I'm making multiple 5 figures a month just from my W-2, just from my 9 to 5. And then what I'm trying to do, so that but by doing that, I've raised my floor. You see what I'm saying? Most people don't sniff multiple 5 figures a month from their W-2. So if I can raise my floor to multiple 5 figures a month just from my regular 9 to 5 job, and then really get my web agency, my web development agency going, really get my sports agency going, really get my mobile app agency going, really, you know what I'm saying, get these other businesses really popping, you know what I'm saying, really jumping. You see what I'm saying? Then before, by the time I blink my fingers, then we'll be at 6 figures a month. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I plan to leverage. Oh, that's the other thing. We talked about it. Leveraging the multiple 5 figures a month, leveraging this job, the income from this job, especially if it's multiple 5 figures a month, to position me to get a business loan to acquire a small business, right? So all of a sudden, I went from multiple 5 figures a month to, if I acquire a small business, probably just say, bro, let's just say 20K a month. I don't know, 20K a month on target earnings from my job, right? Now, because I'm making really good money from my job, I should be able to secure a business loan. And then once I secure that business loan, I go acquire a small business that is making something similar, right? That small business, let's say that small business is taking home another 20K a month, right? Now I've just doubled my income after I acquire that business. Now I'm at 40K a month, right? By that time, I should have gotten shit jumping with my sports agency, with my web agency, mobile app agency, all these other things I'm doing. And we should be climbing towards, 6 figures a month. You see what I'm saying? You see how quickly that shit can change? I'm trying to change my financial situation quick. And I'm trying to really do that with the um I didn't really. I thought he was okay. I should have taken him a little more seriously. Hmm. I'm gonna follow up with him. I'm gonna follow up with him real quick though. Hey Marcus, just following up. I'm in the final stage. I'm waiting to hear back from the offer from Salesforce. Say, Salesforce and Oracle, but still very much interested in Okta. I realized that Marcus was a regional sales manager, bro. I thought he would have been a colleague. If I would have done this, I guess this was however long ago this was when he sent that, at least a month or whatever. If I had just done that, he probably would have. I might have already had a job with Okta. I didn't realize he was a regional sales manager at Okta. I thought he was another account executive. So I'm a dumbass for not responding to him. I mean, it doesn't matter. I should respond to him anyway because he's Morehouse. But the fact that he's a regional sales manager makes it even more important that I would have responded to him um, when he sent that message. Because basically, my point is, he's in a position, bro. He probably in a position to get me through, get me through there. You know what I mean? So I should have. I was getting frustrated with the whole process, to be honest. And I've been trying to be cool about it. Like, but this whole looking for a job process, especially the type of job I'm looking for, is some bullshit, bro. Like, we're not trying to just get any old job. We trying to get, we trying to go through there. You know what I'm saying? We really trying to go through there. We trying to get a job that's really paying. You know what I'm saying? Brandon just texted me. So Brandon's he's the regional sales manager at Salesforce I was telling you about earlier. So I'm about to text him back. The recruiter is Dana Wright. I'm about to get her link and send it to him too. Uh, I know she went and visited my profile, so I'm about to get the link from. How do I go see who viewed my profile again? I guess here. It's been a minute ago, but she was yeah, she right here. Bet. So Brandon just said he gonna reach out in the morning, text him and remind him. Damn, we might be through there. I told you, bro. He's a regional sales manager. He can send a message to Dana, the recruiter right here. He can send a message to her and be like, I'll take him on my team. If y'all want to offer him or whatever, I'll take him on my team. He can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he got it like that. Like regional sales manager, that's like right under the, you know, whoever. That's like right under like the whole. Well, I don't know. I don't know exactly how the org works in at Salesforce. Yeah, he says really on the recruiter to let the hiring manager know who you interviewed with today, and this was your second panel. All right, cool. So I'm gonna text Brandon. He told me to remind him in the morning to follow up with the recruiter. Um, and then we'll take it from there. Um, Matter of fact, let me go ahead and set this reminder now. Remind me tomorrow at 7:45 a.m. to remind Brandon Douglas. Wake up a little earlier tomorrow so he can send whatever email he gonna send beforehand. But I just told him straight up. It just feel, I told him explain the same thing I just explained to y'all, and told him I feel like I'm getting the runaround. Like, is there any way you can intervene? You know what I mean? Because it's like, bro, if I don't get an offer from this, that's pretty fucked up. Like your process. Like I've walked through the shit, right? The final interview, it. You know what I'm saying? I should be getting the offer. Niggas shouldn't have to do no second final panel interview. That's crazy. Regardless of the situation, to me that's crazy. So I am two regional managers. I gotta, and that's your process, right? And that's your process. Then let's go, man. I'll go ahead and send me the offer. What the fuck are we still talking about? Ain't nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, bro. Um, I'll let him handle it however he want to handle it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he can step in and do something. So I just don't want. I'm just trying to put myself in a position so they're not playing with me. Because I don't like to be played with. So if there's anything, I was like, man, I gotta text this guy, man, because I personally feel like they're gonna play with me. I feel like they're gonna play with me tomorrow. I'm expecting to hear back from them tomorrow. And do I think I have a good chance of getting an offer? Yes. I think it's just as likely that I don't. I think it's like a toss up. But I figure if I reach out to Brandon, you know what I'm saying, maybe he can make something shake. And okay, now Marcus don't want, he not trying to help no more. That's cool, because he had already logged off, and then I saw you log back on. So he didn't read my message, so it's cool. I don't need to work at Okta that bad, bro. I told you, I'm trying to work Fortune 500 anyway. I want to be at Microsoft or Salesforce or, you know, Meta, Google, somewhere like that. I just saw that Okta was hiring for many, many different roles. So I figured I'd reach out to him and all that. But yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, but I'm dragging it now. I need to go do a couple of things. I'm gonna go ahead and end stream here, and I did a decent amount of follow up today. I'm gonna start some new conversations tomorrow. Do some more networking tomorrow. Like find some new people to connect with. and reach out to them, start some new conversations. That's gonna be the focus tomorrow for sure. In fact, outside of going to lunch with one of my friends, that might be the only thing I do tomorrow. So yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow, man. So then, deuces, man. Broke Brother Millionaire to you. Even with it being late March, it's still gonna happen. I'm gonna do the impossible.